All right, so Luka Doncic has not played well, to say the least, for the Lakers. In fact, what was really bizarre, so all right, the first two games they're playing the lowly Utah Jazz. First game went well for the Lakers. He didn't play all that much, but he was fine. Mm-hmm. Then they go to Utah and give up 131 points to one of the worst teams in the league. And Luka didn't play well, and no one played well, obviously, when you do that. Now you got the All-Star break. Mm-hmm. And obviously Luka, because of the injury, is not part of the All-Star break, so he gets the whole week off. They come back against Charlotte, right? Mm-hmm. And, again, one of the absolute worst teams in the league. At home. And they lose.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of Luka over the course of his career. I don't even know who that was that was wearing that number 77 uniform for the Lakers. But that guy bore no resemblance to the Luka Doncic I've seen. Not only could he not shoot the ball, he was a turnover machine, completely out of sorts. So after the game, they asked him, like, what did you do with your week off? I mean, you hadn't played since Christmas. You work on your game or, what exactly? And he's like, well, I just sort of getting my bearings here, sort of trying to, come to grips with, the fact that I'm now a Laker and not a Dallas Maverick. And you're already getting a sense that Luka Doncic is still hurt about the way this deal went down from the Maverick standpoint. And if you're a Laker fan, B, I'm not quite sure if he's 100% ready to make the commitment to the Lakers. That could change, but right now he seems definitely out of sorts.
Yes, he seems out of sorts, and like you just said, it can change. It's very early. But the obvious factors that could be contributing to this is he really cannot get over this unexpected trade, which I don't blame him. Maybe his calf is still, his calf is the problem, still getting through that. But some people maybe don't want to play for the Lakers. Like, maybe somebody does not want to play alongside LeBron James. And who knows what's going to happen. But in a couple of these games, LeBron seems to be handling the ball majority of the time, and that's not how Luka operates. So I'm not entirely sure what the Lakers do moving forward because this is a very small sample size. There's no way the Lakers acquired Luka Doncic without thinking, well, this is a ball-dominant player. Yes, you have LeBron, who is also a ball-dominant player. You can even go to, I'm blanking out on the young guy, their third scorer,
Austin
Reeves, who also likes to have the ball in his hand and create a play. They all like to have the ball like that. Thank you. But it really seems like the Lakers, if I were the Lakers, I would be like, okay, Luka, this is officially your team. You have the ball in your hands. You dictate how we move forward offensively. And it seems like they're not doing that yet. Like LeBron is still running the offense. Luka's not a spot-up shooter. Luka's not moving around like Steph Curry. Guarding Steph Curry is the hardest job. That dude does not stop moving from side to side trying to get open. Luka doesn't do that. And he's off to the side. You see LeBron trying to do a play, he's just off to the side. And it's like, yeah, the person is guarding him and staying close, but Luka, that's not his style of play. And if the Lakers are not careful, they're going to lose Luka. Luka has not signed an extension. He is a Laker right now. He is not a Laker forever. They have to be very careful with how they move forward the second half of the season, dealing with Luka Doncic on the same team as LeBron James.
There's so many layers to this.
There really are.
So let's go back to the Lakers and the kind of basketball they were playing before the trade. They had won 9 out of 10 games.
Exactly.
So they were playing their best basketball of the year when the trade came down.
With Anthony Davis and Max Christie.
Correct. And everyone seemed on the same page. I think at that time they were like 31-19. I think they had gone to the 4 seed, 3 seed in the Western Conference. And you have a rookie coach. I feel for J.J. Redick right now because he did a good job of getting this team together and doing what he feels is best for the team, and it was working. Now, with barely 30 games left, this has to completely change for a lot of the reasons you talked about. So here's the problem for Luka Doncic immediately, what is obvious. In his entire basketball career, I would guess since he's been a kid, Luka has been the star of the team.
The guy.
He is the guy.
Mm-hmm.
The guy. But when you're Luka Doncic, a 25-year-old Luka Doncic, and that guy's on the court, LeBron James, how do you not defer to him? You don't want to alienate LeBron James. It's innate that you're like, okay, it's his team. How do you not recognize that it's his team? Now, I will say this, because I heard this after their embarrassing loss the other night. LeBron made it clear that we need to do what he feels
Correct.
He needs to do.
He doesn't need to fit in.
He doesn't need to fit in. It's not that he needs to fit in with us. We need to fit in with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give LeBron a lot of credit. Now, is
But
LeBron
were
going
those
to
just
do
empty
that?
words?
Well, I don't know. LeBron had to, with Luka not playing in Portland.
Sure.
LeBron had to take over, and he puts up 40 points. Had a phenomenal game. So that's easily said, but at the same time, Luka's got to play well.
Yeah.
So if he's not shooting the ball well, if he's not playing deep, he's never been a defender per se. If he's not playing well, it's tough for the rest of the team. We had Austin Reeves put up another 32 points. If you're Austin Reeves, you're like, well,
What happens to me?
yeah, I'm like the
What
odd
happens to
man
me?
out.
Yeah.
And then, if you're LeBron, you sort of pull over. But understand, I'm not going to be here forever. It's going to be you and Luka. That's going to be the dynamic duo moving into the. But what do you do now? You've wasted an opportunity. That's why tonight's game in Denver, longtime nemesis of the Lakers, they don't have any interior defense right now. I mean, you got to feel the Joker's just going to go crazy in this game tonight. But I'm going to be very, very anxious to see this game and see how Luka responds and if they can get there, together. Because if they don't, this season, which showed promise before the trade, could completely unravel on them. That's not to say that Luka down the road isn't the right guy for the future of the Lakers, but you may have sacrificed a season that had promise in order to get him.
Like you said, there really are so many layers to this, but right now you said that LeBron's like, this is your team. It's going to be you guys. I'm not going to be here forever. But it's like, are you? Are you actually going to leave? I don't see when that guy's going to leave. And that's like a crazy thing to say at the age of 40, but he can still hang and play as we've been talking about. So when are you going to leave?
He's
2 to 3
averaging
years?
over 30 points a game this month.
Right. So are you leaving in 2 to 3 years? That's a long time. That is a significant amount of time for Luka Doncic. And you're right. Is it that he naturally feels the need to defer to LeBron James because he is LeBron James? Maybe. Or is it that he's just not mentally feeling being in LA?
Well, like I said, I remember the Dwight Howard debacle with the Lakers. When they acquired Dwight Howard, the idea was Pau Gasol's time had come and gone. Now Dwight Howard, best big man in the NBA at the time, is going to be the new Kareem, the new Wilt, the new Shaq, the new Pau Gasol. And I covered the Lakers a lot that season. Mm-hmm. And you talk about a guy that did not want to be in a Lakers uniform. That was Dwight Howard. That entire year. And after that year, he said, bye-bye.
Yeah.
And that triggered the worst 6-year run in the history of the Lakers.
Do you think that was because of the organization? Do you think it was Kobe?
It was Kobe. It was the whole dynamic. He just didn't want to have to compete against the legends of Wilt and Kareem.
Because there is a lot of pressure, yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
He wasn't that kind of a player.
Yep.
And as much as the Laker organization begged him, oh, no, Dwight, this is the way it's going to be. The guy that knew from day one that he was the wrong guy was Kobe.
Well,
and you had to see that whole locker room dynamic that season between Dwight Howard and Kobe Bryant. It was very uncomfortable.
And that's the risk here, right? With the Lakers, where it's like, yeah, you did this secretly because it was such a big trade that, yes, people couldn't know about it or else it would have been leaked. I understand all of that. But doing this secretly, you don't know if Luka wants to be here. You have no idea. Just because it's the Lakers and it's a brand, a global brand, doesn't mean he wants to be here.
No, it doesn't. Absolutely not. So we'll see what happens. Tonight's a big test.
It is a big test.
Assuming he's out there. We'll see when he gets out there.
I think they're both going to play.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're going to need all hands on deck against a Denver team that has owned them in the playoffs over the last couple of years.